The election of Barack Obama brought much hope, change, remember all the slogans, yes we can, and a term that you heard right after he was elected very often by writers, commentators on TV, and a lot of the media is post-racial politics. People thought that he would be the person to help America move past our divisions. I kind of knew better myself, although I waited to see. I kind of knew better because as soon as you identify somebody as the first black president, or if you identify any group, like Muslim Americans, or you draw a lot of attention to them, and you draw um, a lot of races looking at them because they're now identified as a unique race or something unique. Yes, it was a unique election, but I always thought that anything that Obama did, if you did not agree with him, a lot of people were going to deem you as a racist. And that has been very much true. You look at what happened now, an example, 1 year ago today, Obama said, when talking about the Cambridge police going into Professor Gates' home, he said, that they acted stupidly when he didn't have all the facts, but a lot of people thought that he made a racial comment. Not a racist comment, but he did not have all the facts, and he answered the question. He later admitted he was wrong. He should have, waited to pass judgment until he got all the facts, and that's when Beergate developed and all that. They tried to smooth it over. Um, Now, the situation with Shirley Sherrod that just happened, if you don't know, she's the lady that worked for the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, and she had made comments that said that she didn't help a white farmer as much as she could have because he was trying to sound superior, and finally she brought him to one of his own, blah, blah, blah. Well, Secretary Vilsack said that it was his decision to fire her and that they told her to pull over on the side of the road while she was driving and resign then, right then, because she was going to be on Glenn Beck that night. Well, I didn't know that the administration was so worried about Glenn Beck and or Fox News. I thought, all we heard about is fix news and fall news and they're irrelevant. If they're so irrelevant, then what are people worried about? Why did they not investigate the matter? Now, as far as Fox News, myself, Andrew Breitbart, who broke the story, the only thing he cared about, see, this is where people missed the boat. People said, oh, Andrew Breitbart did not release the full tape. He didn't have to. Andrew Breitbart was trying to prove a point to the NAACP, which are the same people that want to call the Tea Partiers racist. He pointed out that look at the NAACP making racist comment or laughing at racist comments made by this lady Shirley Sherrod. Okay, they didn't know she was going to get to the part of the story where she basically said, we have to look past race and we need to help poor people no matter who they are. And it didn't matter to his story because the people there did not know she was going to say that at the NAACP meeting. They did not know that she was going to say that, but they were laughing at her. So it made them look like a bunch of racists or people who supported racism against white people. That's the way it appeared. That's what Breitbart wanted to do. That's it. And then the White House released a statement. People like Rachel Maddow, which is Keith Olbermann's little brother, and Chris Matthews and Paul Krugman and Kudlow and all these people, all these leftists. Okay, we're talking about how Fox News, this is despicable. This is what they do. They don't release the whole story. Blah blah blah. Fox News did not report anything or show any video until she had already been fired. Okay? Breitbart released it, sure, but it was not shown on Fox News until she was fired. And then the White House came out with a statement supporting Vilsack and saying that they agreed with that and that there was a zero tolerance policy because they were so quick to show that they're not racist. Yet, it's funny how with the whole the voting intimidation, the case that Holder just dropped, the civil rights violation that the new Black Panthers, two of the new Black Panthers, should have been prosecuted. They had witnesses. They were intimidating people. The one guy had a billy club, okay, and he was standing outside the polling station on election day, November of '08, stand there saying a black man's going to win no matter what, and he's sitting there pounding the billy club to his hand. threatening people. That was allowed. That got dismissed. Okay? And a lot of people wondered why it got dismissed. And that if we were in the Deep South, say in Alabama, and there were white KKK with a billy club in their sheets and everything, standing there and saying, a white man's going to win no matter what. No matter what you do, a white man's going to win. Could you imagine that not being, if that case got dropped, there would be outrage. There would be protests, boycotts, whatever you want to call it. There would be national and international outrage. It would be reported on every news station. It would be reported anywhere and everywhere, and it would not die. It would have legs that would last for 4 years. No doubt in my mind. Yet, because it's reversed here, most networks are not reporting it. And Fox did. And, and Andrew Breitbart is a genius. He's just trying to stick up for, Tea Partiers who are not racist. I mean, you can look at any demographic of people and say, okay, there's 2% racist in this group. Look at violent crime in America. 13% of blacks commit 30+% of violent crime. Now that percentage is really high. I mean, but I don't hear people harping on that. Barack Obama is missing a really big opportunity here as the first black president. He should be going to these inner cities and convincing these kids and these new Black Panthers and all these people who are racial, we'll say racial, that race in this country no longer matters if you want to achieve things in life. And here's what I mean by that. If you focus on race alone, you're going to be up against it your whole life. It's a fact. Because you're going to look at people with contempt. You're going to look at people and think they're trying to get up on you, or that everything they do, every action they take is going to be race related in your mind. And that creates a lot of negative thinking, and it's just going to carry over. Think about this. Let's say there were 43, as there were 43 presidents before Barack Obama. Let's say there were 43. Black rappers, and say I want to get involved in rap. Well, I'm the 44th rapper now, and I'm white. What are the rappers going to say? Are you telling me there's not going to be some kind of overtones and comments from these people? Of course there's going to be. Look at the Duke Lacrosse case, where I never heard an apology from the NAACP, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, the new Black Panthers, for this lady who had ruined these boys' lives up until that point by saying that they raped her, and it was proven later that they didn't, and she was a compulsive liar. Some things really need to change, and Fox News is not the problem here. The problem is people that rush to judgment and people that want to blame Fox News and first deem them irrelevant, and then in the same sense say that they're the people that fueled the fire in this. You can't be both. And as far as Shirley Sherrod goes, she was being very racial, even if you play the whole video. She was making comments, a lot of political comments as well, saying people didn't treat Bush the same way Obama was treated. Are you kidding me? Did you not see the people who wish him dead and Dick Cheney dead? And where was this lady? Where are these people hanging out? It's just ridiculous, the hypocrisy in the media, and I just want to expose it all, every little bit of it, and I will, because there's no reason to act that way. The people, when Pelosi and Clyburn and all them were walking through the front, which they never did before, by the way, when healthcare passed, and Clyburn said there were racial epithets thrown at him and signs and all this stuff, they could not find one sign, or all the video and audio that was produced on that day, they couldn't find one audio or one sign that showed anything racial in there. That was just said to try to demonize it, the Tea Party, which is what they're going to try to do, because they can't run on their ideas. They can't run on their agenda because it's failed for the American people. Okay? You even had Breitbart offer in $100,000 of his own money. This is ridiculous. The president really needs to reevaluate his messages on race. And Shirley Sherrod said she's going to think about the job. My guess is she doesn't take the job, and she will sue, and she will win a lot of money. She's done it before for our organization. Thanks for watching.